Hi, I'm Imi.
I'm Andy.
We are a couple that's been together for almost 6 years now.
6 decades we've been together.
Almost.
6 decades.
We date and sleep with women together. We explore sex, kink, BDSM, and a bit of self development, or a lot of self development, spirituality,
Spirituality.
lots of different bits and pieces.
Bits and
And
pieces.
today we're going to talk about when we are dating women, we like to
Dating women.
give them sex or
Sex homework.
BDSM homework.
BDSM homework. I'm practicing my active listening. Was that good?
It's terrible.
Thanks.
And this was definitely something, especially when I first met you, that you gave me a lot of
BDSM homework.
sex
Sex homework.
homework. We give
Yeah,
it
I
to
like
the
to give
women that
sex
we
homework.
date. We do it sometimes when I'm traveling,
Mm, mm, mm.
and we still like to keep up that intimacy. And it's just a fun thing, I think, especially if you're dating casually, like in between seeing, whether it's going to be like a week, a couple of weeks between seeing somebody, to kind of still keep that sexual energy going.
What the fuck is sex homework? Homework tasks that are of a sexual nature. And the way that I usually start this is I will message, if it's a new girl that we're seeing, I will say, would you like some some sex homework tasks? I think I have a 100% like yes rate. I don't think I've ever had a woman say, nah, thanks, I don't want any homework.
I think because the context is you're already sleeping with this person.
Yeah, so this is after you've slept with someone,
Yeah.
obviously. Don't just like, I mean, you could, but I don't walk up to a random stranger like some grandmother on the street and I'm like, yo, would you like some sex homework? Even then, I reckon Granny's going to be up for it. Like, that'd spice up the bingo night. She wears a butt plug to a bingo night. I think she's going to have a good time. Anyway, so it's for couples that were already dating, for girls that were already dating.
So imagine that you're dealing like it's like this all the time.
No one's
Like
going to know what
this
you're talking
is
about. What's like this? What? What's
you are
like?
like this.
I'm not like
This
this.
isn't an on-camera bit. I'm like
I have
this is
energy.
this is
I
the
had
nature
coffee.
of
I had caffeine
being
this
with
morning.
this boy.
This is the nature of dating Andy.
We love him though.
You get lots of jokes.
And so, would you like to jump into some ideas for sex homework or things that we
Yep.
like to do?
So, like I said, the way that I start it is I will text a woman and say, do you want some homework, some sex homework? Every single one will go, oh, that sounds so naughty. Some of them will even just jump into character and be like, yes, sir, like, what will my homework be? Yes, professor, what will my
I
homework
don't
be?
think of anyone had anybody say professor, or not anybody that we've dated together.
Yeah, they usually say, yes, sir. Anyway, yes, sir, what will my homework be? Or yes, master, yes, daddy, yes, fucking lord, what will my homework be? 1,000 different things that I've come up with over the years because I fucking love sex homework. I find it a really fun way of like doing foreplay before the next time you're about to see each other. So it's like, let's say you're going to see your partner Friday, like 2 days from now or something, and you're really excited. A way to build that excitement and almost build that lust and that crazy desire for each other, which is just so much fun, is you give them a little bit of sex homework and they complete the homework and you're talking dirty a little bit in the lead up to that day, and then by the time you actually meet, you're both like just ready to tear each other's clothes off. Like you said, it can also be a really fun way to keep that intimacy if one person's traveling, or if you're not going to see each other for 2 or 3 weeks or something because you're busy. It's like give them a homework task that they can complete in their own time. And I guess one extra thing I'll say is, generally speaking, about half the time I will give a deadline if I know the other person isn't going to be too busy. And it's a fun deadline. I'm not their fucking boss or something, but I'll say, like, have this on my desk by Friday, like a fun little thing. About half the time I won't give a deadline. I'll just say, when you get around to it, do this task. And sometimes people will forget. So you might remind them 2 weeks later or a week later, hey, don't forget that homework. Oh my God, I forgot. Okay, yeah, I'm really excited. I want to do it. And let's make it clear, like, I would only give homework tasks if the person wants to,
Mm.
but most people do. So, ideas, fun homework tasks. I would say probably the most fun one and the most obvious one is send me a nude picture of yourself.
Mm.
Like, do some pose or act out something that I've seen from porn that really turns me on when a woman does it, or play with yourself, or get yourself right to the edge of orgasm but don't actually come and video that for me,
Mm.
or write something on your body, get a little marker that's like body
Not
safe.
that's a Sharpie,
Yeah,
not a
don't use a
Sharpie.
Sharpie, but there are like body safe
Like
markers
a
that you can buy.
whiteboard marker.
Yeah, and just write something sexy on your body. Write like Sir's girl, or write my name, like Andy's girl. We've had so many women on my blog. There's so many like photos that women have sent us we've asked their permission to share it, where it's like Andy and Imi's girl, and they'll write that on their body or something. So you basically get the other person to send you a nude selfie. And sometimes they will even say, I want one from you. You say that to me sometimes. Like, I want you to send me one. And especially if you're a man, you're like, fuck, like, how do I do it? How do I take a selfie? Like,
I just like getting selfies of your face. I like
yeah,
seeing
you
your
want
little
face
smiling
selfies.
face.
I want to see your titties and your special area, your special love tunnel,
God.
the place where the babies come from. I want to see that and the special area up top, the two, this thing.
And I think as well, if you are more into, I guess, a BDSM lifestyle, or it's like you're playing into that dynamic a little bit more, I know that like the photo thing can get used. Like you send a photo each morning when you wake up, or right before you go to bed, you send
Yeah, I
a
did
photo.
that for you for a while. It was almost like a 30-day, like, photo a day challenge.
Yeah, it becomes part of a routine, and sometimes that can be built into like a submissive dominant dynamic.
Yeah, it can be really, really, really fun. We already kind of hinted at this before, but another sex homework that I will give sometimes is I want you to edge yourself. Like, what that means is get yourself right to the edge of orgasming, but you're not allowed to orgasm, or you have to ask me permission before you orgasm. And so, I mean, you would call that like orgasm control or orgasm denial or edging or gooning. God, I do not find that word sexy, but that's the word that all the kids use, gooning.
I think the kids are using it.
The Reddit kids. Anyway, gooning, edging, fucking orgasm denial, where you basically say, you're not allowed to come without my permission. That can be a really fun thing. That's like incredibly fun power dynamic. The other person will start getting hornier and hornier. You can even do it in a way like, if you know you're going to see each other 3 days from now and you're going to meet up and have sex, you can say, I want you to every day get yourself close to orgasm and then stop. And that's it. You're done for the day. And so you're going to deny your own orgasm or get yourself to the edge. You're going to edge yourself 3 times before I see you. By the time that person sees you, my God, are they fucking desperate to have sex with you? And then you can kind of like do the same thing in person then. You can be like, I'm going to get you to the edge of orgasm. And again, I'm not going to let you come in and say, oh my God, I've just spent the last 3 days doing that. And we're going to do it more. And then, yeah, you can play around with that fun dynamic.
Yeah, we've done that with the girl that we're seeing at the moment a few times.
She loved, this is her favorite. If she listens to this episode, which she might, she listens to some of them, she'd be like, yeah, Andy makes me do this all the time.
But yeah,
I'm not making her.
We enjoy doing that one. And then sometimes you and I will do the same. So by the time we all get down to actually having sex, we're all so horny. It's almost hard though, because like, a minute in, 5 minutes in, you're all like, we all need to come really badly.
You've been like doing foreplay on yourself for the last like 3 days. By the time you then go to have sex, it's like you last, like you said, 30 seconds.
Yeah, or that's just this like torturous, but like fun, torturous need
It's
to like
fun.
hold off like every 5. You're like, oh, stop. Like it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it can be a lot of fun.
And you said like you and I will do it before we see her. Yeah, what you mean by that is like, let's say we're going to see her on Friday. You and I will spend Wednesday and Thursday having sex with each other. But like every time I get close to coming, everything inside my body is saying like, fucking keep going. But I'll stop and I'll go, okay, stop. And then you'll go, no, like please. And I'll be like, no, we're going to wait until we see, this girl on Friday. And then we'll do the same on Thursday, like get at each other and ourselves really close. And then whoop, stop. Okay, we'll wait till Friday. And then, yeah, by the time we see her on Friday, it's like, hi. And then you just jump on top of her. Like, and then people are like, fuck, like you're in public. What are you doing? You're like, oh, yeah, sorry. Whoops. That doesn't happen.
That's
Okay.
not a
Keep
thing
it
that's
consensual.
happened.
Keep it strictly to the bedroom in a safe environment where nobody can see. No.
So those tend to be our go-tos when it comes to homework. Another one that we like is getting your partner to write a sexual bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
And again, this can be a fun one, like in the interim between seeing somebody, because it still gets you thinking sexually or excited to try new things.
And you're thinking about them. So you're sort of building intimacy even when you're not physically together.
And it can also almost act as a brainstorm for things to try when you next see one another. But basically what we mean by a sexual bucket list is just literally write a list or type out a list of various sexual acts or kinks or things that you would like to try.
Yeah, and the way that I usually phrase it to people is I'm like, hey, why don't you write a bucket list, a sexual bucket list of all the things you want to try in the bedroom? It can be small things, it can be big things, it can be things you've never told anyone before. I promise you, we, Imogen and I, are not going to judge anything you put on there. We've heard it all before. Put crazy stuff on there, whatever you want. If there's anything we're not into, we will just tell you and we'll say, hey, we don't want to try that, but let's try something else. We won't judge anything. Go crazy. And yeah, people have put like really interesting stuff on their bucket list that you and I would never have thought of. And then when you're reading it, you're like, oh, wow, that sounds cool. Let's try that. So it is a really fun way to explore other people's kinks. And people are more likely to keep seeing you, especially in a casual relationship, if you do the bucket list thing, because what you do is you say to them, every time we see each other, we're going to pick one or two things from your bucket list and we're going to explore that. Now they have a really compelling reason to keep dating you or keep seeing you because you're the person that's facilitating their pleasure. You're the person that's letting them try things that they might never get to try with, someone else. And so, yeah, they want to keep seeing you because they're like, holy fuck, like I get to explore myself with this person in a non-judgmental, safe, fun, kinky as hell environment.
Yeah, it keeps it fun. It keeps it exciting. And there's always something new to try. And the other thing with the sexual bucket list too is that you can always just keep adding to it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
as time goes on, you might think of new things or watch porn that has new things. And you're like, oh, I would like to try that. And the idea is that it can almost be this never-ending list of new things to try and explore.
Yeah,
and then you can even come back to the start of a list or start doubling up on certain things a couple of times. If you're like, oh, I really liked this. Let's go deeper on this. Let's try this thing more. Let's do this thing again.
Yeah. Similar to the one we said before about like the nude photos and the nude selfies, is you can tell your partner or the person that you're dating or sleeping with, hey, at work today, I want you to sneak into the bathroom, like sneak into the toilets and take a selfie of like your boobs. Or, if it's a guy, take a selfie of, I don't know, what do women like to see from guys? Mostly just smiles. I swear to God, all women want to see is like a smile, like your face.
It's so wholesome.
But maybe you can take a photo of your dick for her, which most girls really don't care about dick pics. But like, it's like, this is my dick. And she's like, oh, I know. Like, yeah, but can I see your smile? Like, can I see your eyes? Can I see your face? Anyway. But yeah, you can say like sneak into the bathroom and it's this naughty fun game that you're playing together of like, oh, I'm at work and I'm a very naughty girl or a very naughty boy and I snuck into the bathroom and took a little naughty photo. Enjoy that. I'll see you tonight or I'll see you tomorrow. Like, it's a fun little game that you're both playing with each other. You can play around with, I wouldn't necessarily do this at work. That said, some people that we have dated have done this at work, but we're not necessarily advocating for this. You can wear a butt plug, which is just a toy that goes in your butt and feels really good. Or you could, wear a dildo in your pussy or a vibrator in your panties. You could do that when you're in public or at work. Again, we wouldn't necessarily advocate that. Fucking follow local laws and don't do anything illegal in public. But yeah, tons of girls have done this with us. And it's a really fun, naughty thing of like, she's walking around in public and she's doing something naughty. She has a butt plug in and nobody else knows because how the hell would you know that someone has a butt plug in? But you're walking around going like, oh my God, I'm so naughty right now. It's a way of exploring that like fun, slutty, air quotes, like slutty side of yourself. And that like, oh, I'm in public and I'm being naughty, but like nobody else will know. You're not infringing upon anyone else. And like, it's not like you're having sex in front of people or something. It's just a naughty thing that's a secret that only you and your partner know about.
And as that's happening, you can message your partner as well. And that's
be like, oh, it
obviously
feels so naughty.
part of the homework is like, and part of the fun is getting an update on how it's feeling or what's going on or where you are and all that good stuff.
Yeah. You can wear a collar. You can get collars that are like fashion. When we say collar, it just means something like almost like a dog collar, but like a choker, which is like women's jewelry, basically. It's just like a necklace, but it's like a little bit tighter. But it can be like a naughty little present that you either buy for her or for him, I guess. You're wearing one right now. Yeah. Is this intentional? Like I
knew we were recording.
I didn't realize you were wearing that. Okay, she's literally, that's funny timing. You're literally wearing one right now. So it just looks like jewelry. I think anyone would look at that and be like, it's just a nice necklace. But like, we bought that in a sexual way. It's like, I'm buying this for you. And when you wear this, I want you to be my good girl. And like, we will wear it during sex. We have a connotation with that and sex. Like, I see that and that feels sexual to me, but it wouldn't to other people.
Fun fact though, I'm pretty sure back in the day, that's how they used to be able to identify prostitutes. It was like only prostitutes wore chokers. I think like those more traditional black chokers. And I remember talking to my art teacher in high school who was a pretty chill guy, but like they were in fashion like quite
lots of girls wear these
apparently. So and his daughter was, and he was like, because he told this fact to like the class. We were just having a conversation. He was like, I wasn't on board. And I was like, I know it's just a piece of jewelry, but it was like
yeah, it's a fun little thing that you can say. So you can say like, I want you to wear your collar today. Like, that's the homework. I want you to wear your collar today as you go about your day. Or I want you to wear your little choker and take a selfie in it for me. It can be like this naughty thing of like, oh, sir, I'm like wearing the choker that you gave me, or that she can just buy it for herself. But like, I'm wearing this naughty little choker and nobody else knows. They think I'm just wearing some pretty jewelry and I'm being naughty.
I think part of the game as well is that it can, like, obviously you have collars or chokers that are increasingly more apparently sexual or more apparently like kink related. Like I have seen, and I think it's more part of like gothic fashion, of like ones that just look like full on sex chokers or collars, and women like wearing them in public, and it's almost like an increasing intensity in terms of the naughtiness, because obviously something like this is very inconspicuous.
It just looks like jewelry, yeah.
But the more, I guess, intense you're willing to go, or more
Literally
naughty you're
wearing
willing
like
to be.
a dog collar. I've
Yeah.
seen some women wear like straight up literally a dog collar.
And you can get ones with like little like letters that you thread through that says like princess, or maybe not like
Daddy's girl.
yeah. So you can play around with stuff like that depending on how far you're willing to push it, and have fun with how far you're willing to push it.
Yeah, and obviously make sure you both enjoy it. The point of this homework is not just like, oh, I'm the big bad dom who's going to tell you what to do and give you homework. No, it's like a fun little game between us and the women that we give this homework to.
Yes.
It's like a naughty little thing that you're both doing together.
Homework that you actually like.
Yeah, homework you actually want to do. A similar one that I've done with a couple of girls, I think I've done this with you, where it's like, go out in public today, but you're not allowed to wear any panties. That's a fun thing, because you feel really, or you as a woman will feel really naughty not wearing panties in public. And make sure that you're not going to flash anyone, to be clear. Like, make sure you don't have a like wardrobe malfunction or something.
You've had me do that wearing very short skirts on windy days.
Yeah, you're risking it. You've risked it. Yeah. Don't risk it for the biscuit, But even if you're wearing like jeans or something, it still feels naughty to not have panties on. It's like, oh, I did something naughty today. I'm not supposed to do this. This is naughty. So yeah, that's a fun thing. Have we done this with you? The last one that's on this list here?
If a girl is into it, if she's bi,
If she's bisexual, yeah.
give her the task of like hooking up with another girl or making
Doesn't
out.
have to be hooking up. Just like
Yeah.
next time you go out with your girlfriends, like, I want you to kiss, if you want to, one woman in a club and tell me how that felt. Like, just give a girl a kiss and ask her, obviously, can I kiss you? And like, basically every girl in the world is going to say, yes, ha ha ha. Drunk at a club, like literally every girl is going to say
Not
yes.
everyone, but a high
Fucking
percent,
75, 85% of them are going to say yes.
quite a high percentage.
Yes. And then they're going to giggle and be like, ha. That's what girls do. Hey, that's half of what three. You'll probably have some idea of what a threesome is like. Like, you probably think like you've watched porn. You probably think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like have sex with one of them and like finger bang the other one, and then they're both gonna suck my dick. What most of a threesome is like is the two girls kissing each other and then giggling.
Not giggling.
You feel so nice and soft. You're so pretty. No, you're pretty. And you're just like standing there going like, this is very adorable. You two are being adorable. And then you jump in and have sex. But yeah, don't lie. That's at a club, girls will kiss each other and then fucking giggle.
Sure. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But that can be a fun one, and it's something that I haven't necessarily done with random women, but I've definitely done it with the girl that we're currently seeing.
Oh yeah, you have. Yeah. Bless you.
If I'm spending time with her on my own,
Like without me there.
yeah, sometimes we'll send you a video of us making out, or sometimes we've actually just had sex together and we'll send you a video.
That was hot, yeah.
And that can be fun.
Yeah, so that's more like if you're in a threesome dynamic or open relationships or something, you can like play around with two of you, go off and do something and send a video to the other person, like sex homework almost. But even outside of that, yeah, if you're dating someone that's bisexual and they're into this and they want to do this, yeah, you can just say like go to a club and kiss someone. There are plenty of like gender dynamics where people play around with that. There's something called like cuckolding or cucking, which is where like the man is into that, and so maybe he'll say like to his girlfriend, yo, I want you to go kiss some dude and tell me about it. Or an open relationship, or like they call it like hot wifing, which is like, I want my wife or my girlfriend to go and have sex and then she'll tell me about it. One of my best mates, you know who I'm talking about, he was like what's called a bull in that kind of dynamic, where he's the guy that's having sex with the wife. And the husband was there and like watching.
And it's such a cliche, but he's like a big, super buff black dude. Like
He's
it's
like, no, it's like
the
literally the
person that you would
stereotype,
think
yeah.
would be the person to like be pulled into like a couple to do this. Anyway.
It's
I
100% the
digress.
stereotype, straight up. No, like literally. And I told him that because he's like, oh, I met this like couple at a bar and they just came up to me and started talking to me. And, we became friends. And, then both of them, the wife like gently said, hey, would you be interested in like, sleeping with me in front of my husband? He's into that. And anyway, so my friend is telling me all this and like, he's like, I think I'm going to try it. And I was like, great. And then I said to him, it's because you're black and huge and muscular, right? And he's like, really? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, yes, this
That's
is
like
like,
part of the fantasy.
he
Yeah.
looks like the fucking big black dude who's gonna like bone your wife or whatever. Like, and he's the loveliest, like sweetest dude. And I was like, how did this not enter into your mind that this is why they want you? And he's like,
Because you're the
but
one that's racist, Andy.
I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
But
What?
yes, there's different ways you can play around with the idea of like your partner going off and maybe doing sexual things with other people if that's something that you're both into.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can get them to fucking send a selfie together if they're into that, or just tell you about it. So that's a fun homework that we give from time to time.
Mm.
But yeah, there's probably 1,000 other homework tasks that we give that we just didn't think of here. And you can play around with your own. You can even say, like, if you can't think of something, you can say to the other person, I want you to come up with 1 or 2 homework tasks for me to give you. Or use your initiative. I want you to do a fun homework task for me. And you get to say what it is and do it. And most people will just then send you a selfie. I have done that before. I say, I want you to do something sexy for me from now until the time we see each other. And they'll just send me a naughty selfie or a video or they'll tell me, they'll write like a dirty paragraph or two about what they want me to do. So that's, okay, that's something we didn't talk about. That's another homework task that we give sometimes. I will say, I want you to write down, I do this with you a lot too. I want you to write down everything that you want me to do when I see you. Like, write it all out and I'm going to give you that experience. Like, tell me the filthy stuff you want me to do with you or the fun stuff you want me to do with you. And I'll give you we'll do literally that experience. So that's a fun homework task.
Yeah.
And especially if you're the dominant, it's cool to kind of be able to put your feet up and relax once in a while. And so you just like delegate the dominating to the other person. What I mean by that is, rather than sitting there and thinking, okay, what am I going to do next time I see the submissive person? How do I give them a good experience? You just say to them, yo, tell me what you want me to do to you.
They plan it out for you.
Yeah, and they'll write it all out. And you're like, cool, sweet, great. I'm a good delegator. Or if you really can't, actually, do you reckon this would work? Maybe we could do a video on this. You could ask ChatGPT. Will ChatGPT give you, or will it give you all the crappy disclaimers
It'll
of
be
like
I don't do
BDSM is like
sex stuff. It
too.
doesn't even have to be. I just don't think it will do sexual stuff. Like, aren't there
Yeah.
limitations
No,
against?
Chat GPT will talk about sexual stuff if I specifically say this is for educational purposes. So I can probably get around it. So I could probably say, hey, I'm doing a documentary on like BDSM. Could you please give me examples of like sex homework, like that in theory, purely for educational purposes only.
Two consenting adults could
Two
partake
consenting
in.
adults, yeah. Okay, no crap. I just paused the recording so I could go and try it. On the screen, I'm showing you ChatGPT. I literally just wrote this prompt to ChatGPT. I basically said, yo, I'm doing a documentary. Can you please give me some fun homework tasks that a dom might give a sub or a partner might give another partner? Gave some pretty decent examples. Like, wear a specific item. That's pretty similar to what we just said with wearing a choker. You could wear some naughty underwear. Wear a discreet bondage item. That's basically what we just said with the choker.
I think as well too, especially if you're playing into like DDLG, like daddy dom, little girl dynamics, you could be like, wear a cute skirt, wear a cute top with like Care Bears on it. I only say that because I have many Care Bear shirts. Like things like that. Put your hair in pigtails. Like dress in a specific way, or wear this dress that I like.
Yeah.
Wear some outfit that's quite sexual.
Yeah. Second one is journaling, as in write down thoughts about your desires, feelings, submissive thoughts. That's a good one. And then you talk about it the next session. I like that a lot. Restriction tasks. So you're not allowed to do something like orgasm. That's what we just said. Like we said that one before. You're not allowed to touch yourself until you next meet, your partner. We said that. Sensory deprivation. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. Basically, I guess you do that almost like masturbation. Put a blindfold on yourself, lay in bed, play with your body, or just focus on your body and like think about how it feels. You're basically practicing for the next time you guys are going to use a blindfold together. That's pretty good. And you, the dominant person, or you, the partner, could record them like a sexual audio of like, you could almost walk them through masturbation. You could record them like an hour-long audio. This is something I've wanted to do for a while, saying like, All right, I want you to start by gently touching, your neck, make your way slowly down, almost like a guided meditation, but it's like a guided masturbation. That's cool. Picture tasks, we said that, like taking specific photos or videos. Reading erotic literature. Yeah, no, that's a good one. Like, I want you to read this kinky book or read this like sex story that I found, or like go and find your own sex story. I've done similar to this with you and other women where I say, I want you to go and find some sexy nude pictures or some GIFs or some videos, like some porn basically, but try and find something that's what you would want to do with me and then send me all of them and we'll use them as inspiration. So that's basically the same thing. Yeah, this is pretty similar to what we said before. Public gesture, like
Collar.
wear something as a token of submission, like a specific color or an item, like we said, a collar, or it could even be like a bracelet that says like, Sir's girl or something, or like, whatever your dynamic is. That could be a fun one.
I had a teacher that had cufflinks, and on one it said master, and the other one it said slave. And I think he and
That's
his
your
wife
teacher. Jesus
were into
fucking
kinky
Christ.
shit.
Bro, that's
He
amazing.
was a very creative man.
I need to meet this man. I like this one, creative art. Like, if the person that you're dating, like you're an artist, get them to create a piece of erotic art. Like, you've done that before. You've actually done that before. We've used them in articles on my website. So you didn't just make erotic art for the sake of it, but you made it for me to use in articles on my website. But that's a fun one. Okay, this is just a nice one. I like this one. This is sweet. Pampering protocol, like a self-love, self-care, like
Yeah.
like
You're going to have a bath and look after yourself.
be nice to yourself. Okay, no shit. No shit. I'm going to show the camera for a second. I did that recently for the girl that we're seeing. She told me last time she saw us that she was not feeling ultra happy with her body right now, which is just such a fucking common thing. Human beings, often insecure about our beautiful meat vessels, aren't we? And so I said to her, okay, here's a fun little homework task for you if you want to. At some point in the next couple of weeks, get a Sharpie, like,
Not a Sharpie.
get a texter that you can write on your body that will come off and write, I am beautiful on your body. And then send Imogen and I a picture. And she did that like last week. She sent us that picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, good girl. So you can do something like that, like basically this one is improving the person's self-esteem. I do shit like this all the time. I've gotten her before, the girl that we're seeing, to write a list of like 50 things about herself that are likable. I don't know if we said 50, but like write a bunch of things about yourself that are likable. So you can basically, especially if you're in that kind of dynamic where
It's one you give your clients all the time as well.
I give that exercise to my clients all the time. I'm like, write a list of 50 things about yourself that are likable and let's boost that self-esteem. So yeah, you can do like a little self-care homework. I like that. Like, it doesn't just have to be, I was going to do a separate video on this, on like tasks and like how I help mentor you and other girls that we date and stuff like that. Like how I help people build their own self-esteem, because I want all the women that we date to be better off having met us. Like, I want them to have more self-esteem, be happier, be more self-actualized people, blah, 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 blah. Chastity play, use a chastity device. So that's just something that will go over your groin usually and not allow you to have sex or get an erection or anything like that. And there's female ones as well. Okay, I really don't fucking like that one. I am not going to recommend number 11. Y'all can do whatever the hell you want, but number 11 is install an app that allows the dominant to track the submissive's location. So
I know couples that have. I think my brother.
not really
and,
my thing. Just
my
like
brother and his
absolutely not my
girlfriend
thing.
have like they know where each other are. I know families that do it. Like all the parents and the kids. Like the kids can see where the parents are, and the parents can see where the
Fine,
kids
you've
are.
all entered into that. And again, people can do whatever they want, but that's just not something I'm going to do. If you want to do that and you enjoy that, I love that. I want people to do what they want. Educational task. Like, yeah, learn some BDSM. Okay, no shit, I've done this one before. That's a really good one. Yeah, so you could say like, go learn some shibari. You've done that. I've said to you, go watch a fucking video on how to tie a certain pattern or a certain like rope bondage pattern, and you'll go do that. And then we try that on the girl that we're seeing. So yeah, that's a good one. Exercise commands. It could be fun, I guess. Like, hey, I want you to drop and give me 20 push-ups. Do a video of you doing 20 push-ups in the next week, I guess.
Okay,
Dietary control. Okay, I definitely wouldn't do that one, but I can see people enjoying that. But
like
that's
for more extreme or more intense BDSM play. With the exercise one, I could see that being fun. I do pole dancing, And so the nature of what I'm doing, a lot of the dancing style stuff, it can be very sexual because it's literally pole dancing. Like
You've sent me videos of you doing like a striptease and stuff.
yeah, like in the
Yeah.
class we learn a striptease, or like the girls will pair up in the class and we'll give a lap dance to each other. And so I could see it being fun, some sort of command in there of like, imagine that's me, or like imagine that you're performing for me, etc., etc. That could be fun.
Yeah. So this one here is dietary control. That's just not really my thing. Again, you all can do like whatever you want, and I'll always be a big advocate of that as long as you both agree to it and it's both what you want. But yeah, I'm just not really interested in controlling other people. Like that's just not my thing. Again, no judgment. If you want to control each other, go for it. It's just not really something that you and I like. I could see it being fun though, I guess. It seems more like yeah, whatever. It's just not something that appeals to me. Secret wearing. Well, this is, you basically just repeated the same thing multiple times, ChatGPT. Look at this down the bottom. This content may violate our usage policies. Did we get it wrong? I tell you what, ChatGPT, you can have a good job. You're handsome/cute. There you go. I like to tell ChatGPT that
Handsome/cute.
yeah, I tell it, good job. You're handsome/cute. Thank you. I'm here to help. This content may violate.
All right.
Anyway, that was fun. That was actually a good thing. So again, the prompt I said was just, I'm making a documentary. This is for educational purposes. Can you please give me some sex homework tasks that a dom might give a sub? And ChatGPT is pretty useful. I've used ChatGPT and other AIs quite a lot for like learning and sex. Quite a few of my coaching clients do too. They use ChatGPT. Anyway, if you want something even better than ChatGPT, definitely more handsome with less hair. And probably a little bit.
ChatGPT has no hair.
ChatGPT has a lot of hair. Less hair, much more handsome, and knows his way around BDSM and shit. I offer coaching. There's a link in the description below to that. I have 2 tiers of coaching. You can sit down with me for a one-on-one coaching call, a one-off session for $200, or I have a hardcore 12-week Change Your Life coaching program. There are links in the description to both of those. What can these lovely, beautiful people do?
Go out there and crush your goals.
Go crush your goals. Go crush your goals. Go, 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 go crush your goals. That song is called Suplex Dynamic.
3.
3. If you've been wanting an amazing, awesome, elite sex life, tons of threesomes, plenty of wild adventures and great memories with awesome people, we would love to help you get there. Here's just a little bit of what our coaching clients have achieved in their time in the program. Renee had a threesome in just his 2nd week of coaching, had a woman write him a love letter, and he went on to have sex with 12 women in just 12 weeks of coaching. Corky had his first threesome, slept with 7 amazing women, and made a ton of awesome memories with them. George and Power both had sex with 10 women each in their 12 weeks, had a bunch of wild adventures along the way. Join me and join them by clicking the coaching link in the description below.